All right, guys, so today we're going to be going over how to install a bathroom vanity. Now, this is a very small bathroom. I don't have a lot of room either way. I've got to place it basically where it is right now. And there's really, I want to give myself at least 4 inches from the tub to the vanity. I'd like to make it a little bit more. And again, try to space it evenly on the tub. So to do this, really, we only need a few things. We need a level. We're going to need some cabinet screws, and I like these because they have some kind of a cabinet screw because they have larger heads on them. So they hold a little bit better. They hold that cabinet in. They're designed for cabinets. We're going to need some shims. You don't need this many, but you want to make sure you have a few shims. Small package will probably do, and then a drill. And if you have one, a stud finder. Now the vanity's in here now, but the first thing I really want to do is I want to mark my studs. I've got an outlet right here, which I'm going to have to eventually change out because that needs to be a GFCI. But I know I have a stud to either side, and then I can pull 16 off that and find it. But if not, stud finders are good too. So first off, let's get this vanity out of the way so we can get our studs marked. Here. Yep. Now, the reason I'm marking my line here is because once I get this up against the wall, to secure this down, I'm not going to be able to see the line because it's going to have to be inside the vanity. So if I mark it up here, I won't see the line. So you want to make sure you have a mark down here so that when you put the vanity on, you actually see your line. Now we want to make sure down here we have access to our water lines. So if you have holes, if the water line's coming from the floor, you'll need to cut holes down there. But mine's coming from the wall. And as you can see, I can see over here and over here, those are my lines for where I want to put my cabinet screws. All right, so now what we want to do is just get this thing leveled. I'll level the front first. So as you can see, we are pretty good here, but we do need to raise this side a little bit. If we raise that, it's too much, but raise that a little bit, it'll level this out. So what we want to do, is just lift our cabinet here. Slide that under. First, push your cabinet back. Now you can see we are sitting pretty level there. So that spot's good for now. We will have to make some adjustments. Now, definitely leveling from up here is a good idea. The problem comes in is the vanity top isn't exactly level. So if the top is already on it, so whether you bought it that way or you're just reinstalling an old one, the other thing you want to do is put a level down here. And the reason you want to do that, again, is because that's going to give you a little bit better of a idea of where level is. So in this case, I'm a little bit too high now. So I want to back this out. Now the other thing that will throw it off here on this vanity top is you can see there's ridges on here. So if I put a level on there, if it's not sitting on both ridges, it's not going to show me level. It's not going to show me exactly level. When I do the sides, again, you have a ridge that goes here and it curves right there in the back. So you're going to run into a few issues there where you're not going to be exactly level. You can usually run it off the back side. That's pretty level. But I still like to use inside the cabinet when I can. So get a measurement up top, just make it a little easier, and then take a smaller torpedo level and then level inside the vanity. Now, of course, the challenge with inside the vanity is it can be a little bit more difficult to see what's going on. So I need to raise the back end a little bit. So take another shim. Slide it under the back here. And I'll cut these shims later. And again, tough to see, but it is level now. Now we can level up our back wall. So this, by leveling the sides, we should be pretty close. That is pretty close. And just take your level again. Just verify each side. Again, just to make sure that you didn't throw anything off when you did it. So now, because this is also standalone, I'm going to square it up. Just make sure our sides are straight. Now, that's not usually an issue, but it can happen where it gets out of plumb here and the bottom shifts over. Now, a good sign of that, of course, is going to be your doors. If they don't close properly, you know there's an issue there, but this is fine. So we can go ahead and screw it in. Now really all that's left is just to secure it to the wall. Now you can definitely drill these out if you want to. You can pre-drill. Now if you can, it's always good to put 4 screws in this. Sometimes there's a spot at the bottom. Sometimes there's not. If there's not, I like to put 2 at the top. So we'll put another one in the top. Now I'm also laying the floor, but I wanted to make sure this gets in before the floor is laid because I don't want this to sit on the floor. I want the floor to go around it. I'll just be tied up against it because this doesn't allow the floor to move and it's an LVP floor. So there you go. That's really all there is to install on a vanity.